Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dane, your host. I hope that you're doing great wherever you may find yourselves, and blessings to all of you wonderful people out there. Shakespeare once asked in his play Romeo and Juliet, through the voice of Juliet herself, what's in a name? And that question resonates so much, I think, in its connection to music, specifically rock music. Here's what I'm getting at. There are so many rock songs where the title is one word and one word only, and that is a woman's first name. So, I ask again, what's in a name? Well, it's very simple. For many of us, if not so many of us, what's in a name is that we have in our minds an instant understanding of a person through just their name. Someone says a name and we go, oh yeah, and automatically we are thinking about who that person is, their personality, their character, their flaws, their faults, the fantastic parts of them, what makes them wonderful, what makes them special, on and on and on, right? So, and of course, the connection is to, in most of these cases, if not all of them, a love connection. These are love songs, most of them through and through. So here I am to talk with you about my top 20 favorite songs that are a woman's first name and a woman's first name only. So the parameter is no songs that have a woman's name with other words in them. It has to be that and that only. So, for example, you won't see any of the following songs like the following: My Michelle, Lovely Rita, Lucy Blues, My Sharona, Barbara Ann, Sweet Caroline, Tuesday's Gone, Come On Eileen. I hate that song, but you get my point. Sweet Jane, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, Peggy Sue, Martha My Dear, and Eleanor Rigby, to name a few. So I'm going to give you my top 20 favorite ranked songs that are just one woman's name, and then I'll give some honorable mentions, and then at the end of that, I will tell you the 5 that I hate the most. So let's get started. Number 20 is Boston's Amanda. Now, compared to the first 2 albums, this album is not very good. It's okay, way too commercial, but I have to admit, this is a guilty pleasure of mine. I do like the song Amanda. I'm going to take you by surprise and make you realize, Amanda, we can realize, or rather many of us can relate to the song because we want to get someone to realize that the relationship is worth saving or salvaging or something like that. So Boston coming in at number 20 with Amanda. Number 19 is The Beatles with Michelle. I've spoken about the song before when I did 2 or 3 Beatles videos. I may have talked about this song in all of them, but here again, my love of the song goes all the way back to when I first heard the album Rubber Soul as probably a 5 or 6-year-old. So great song. Next, not a big fan of this next band, but I like the song for 2 reasons. It's just a wonderful, amazing song. Great drums, great bass, great vocals, and it's in a movie I like, and I'm talking about the song Roxanne. Thematically rich song, if you will, and of course the movie I'm talking about is 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy, and we have that intro to his character in that movie where he's in a jail cell and he's got the Walkman and he's singing it out of key, of course, or out of tune. So yes, Roxanne by the Police, Stuart Copeland's drums, best part of the song. Okay, just the pacing and phrasing, everything's great. Next is an odd one, but I love it very much. And this is a section of a song from the Caress of Steel album by Rush. So it's Panacea from the song on Caress of Steel, The Fountain of Lamneth, a love song. It's about the protagonist in the song has fallen in love, but his quest for immortality trumps his love for her, so he's not going to stay with her, and that's very tragic and sad. Okay, so that's 17. So recap: 20 Amanda, 19 Michelle, 18 Roxanne, 17 Panacea, and 16 is Helena from the album 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge by My Chemical Romance. Not a band that I like very much, but I do like this album very much, and I like a couple songs on the debut, but nothing else. Everything else after that I think is awful, but this is a great song. It's a wonderful punk pop song. This blows out the water for me, anything that Green Day has done, because you have the elements of punk, you have the element of pop, you have just kick-ass instrumentation from all 5 gentlemen. The bass and drums especially are wonderful in the song, and the chorus, So Long and Good Night, is just amazing. The Way Brothers, fantastic here. 15 is an instrumental, the only one in this list, and it's from the Allman Brothers, Jessica. So I could not put Sweet Melissa here, although I wanted to, but no, I can't because of the parameter. And if you're wondering about my parameter, think of the late, great George Carlin when he's talking about things that are not sports. It's my rules. I make them up. Anyway, but yeah, so Helena, number 16, 15, Jessica, a wonderful instrumental from the Allman Brothers. Great combo of piano and guitar. Wonderful jam song. 7 minutes and 30 seconds or thereabouts. Wonderful, wonderful tune. Never gets old for me. This next song, number 14, is depressing as all hell, but it's fabulous. The Rolling Stones, Angie, of course, talking about David Bowie's wife. They couldn't make things work. Go figure. Sometimes that's part and parcel if you're a rock star. Don't have to be, though, for things not to work out, of course. Excuse me. So Angie, part of my DNA since I was 6 or 7. Great song. Heard it on the radio. Fell in love with it ever since. And fell in love with it. And it's been that way ever since. Next, from Derek and the Dominoes, Layla. Wonderful song. Duane Allman is amazing here. Go figure. It's Duane Allman. The combination of him and Eric Clapton and the gang is just amazing. I don't like the whole album, but this song is my favorite. I know it's the cliched choice for my favorite song on the album, but I can't help the way that I feel. It's so powerful. The topic kind of sucks if you're George Harrison, of course, but despite that, the heart wants what the heart wants what the heart wants. And I get that, but there are times when, again, back to George Harrison for a minute. Well, dude, you just have to have some willpower and not be a bad friend to George. So yeah, I get that you have feelings, but sometimes you have to put your feelings aside if I want to put my 2 cents in about that. But besides that fact, this is a wonderful song. Forget the lyrics. It's just a powerful, emotive song, and it delivers the good with respect to emotion. So there you have it, 13, Layla, Derek, and the Dominoes. Number 12, Gloria, the Them version with Van Morrison on vocals. There's a Doors version that's quite good on a Live She Cried, I believe, that live album. But boy, does Van Morrison's vocals shine here. I love the way, he spells out Gloria, Gloria. Just a powerful early song from Van Morrison and his band, or the band that he's in. Great song. Number 11, a 1958 classic from Chess Records, Chuck Berry's Carol. I like the Rolling Stones version, but this is my favorite version. The intro hook here is, the classic that others have borrowed to incorporate into their songs. It's that typical thing you hear in a lot of songs, starting with this one, but this is the original. Think of "Hot Time in the City Tonight" on Allied Forces, the Triumph album. That's an homage to Chuck Berry. It's all over the rock and roll sphere, if you will. It starts here with Chuck Berry, and We've Never Looked Back. 1958, Carol, great song. Number 10, sticking with Chuck Berry, is the wonderful song Nadine, 1964. Is this about unrequited love? It's unclear. Does he know this woman? Does he not? Is he just in love with her from afar kind of thing, or wants to get to know her? The lyrics are a bit ambiguous. He says it's his future bride. Is that all in his head? Does he want to make her his bride because she's so good looking? But she's always got something else to do. He pines, and I love the coffee-colored Cadillac that he refers to in the song. Great song, 1964, Nadine, Chuck Berry. Number 9, Gloria, but this is the U2 version. One of my favorite songs from the band, a band I don't care for anymore, but there are a couple songs I still listen to, a couple on this second album and the next album, War, and that's pretty much it. Maybe a couple songs on the Joshua Tree, but this song has some wonderful slide guitar from The Edge. It's very rich and compelling. I love it. Next is number 8, Beth from Kiss, the Peter Criss version, not the Thrashes, Trashes hits with Eric Carr. That's not a bad version, but I think it was insulting to do it. As an insult. I think it was done as an insult to Peter Criss. But yeah, this is A wonderful ballad. Piano is wonderful. Chris's voice is stellar here. Great song. And of course, I heard this when I was 9 years old, so it's been part of me ever since. Next is Rhiannon from Fleetwood Mac, number 7. I don't know if the band is referring to the Celtic goddess of horses, but regardless, beautiful name, beautiful song, wonderful poetic lyrics from the band, and Stevie Nicks' voice is still in her prime here. It's wonderful. Next, gotta have the song here, Little Richard, 1957, Lucille. This is a very energetic and up-tempo song from the master himself. Wonderful song. It's heavy for its day, if that makes sense. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful tune. I love this song so much. Number 5, going back to Chuck Berry. So we have 3 songs from Chuck Berry, and this is Maybelline, 1955, also Chess Records. Maybelline, Why Don't You Be True? We can relate to this, perhaps foreshadowing Led Zeppelin's the single that didn't make the Coda album at first. Hey, Hey, What Can I Do? About a woman who won't be true. Great, great song. I love Maybelline. Next, back to Fleetwood Mac with Sarah. It's either the music video or it's just a live footage of them performing this in concert on stage. And there's a part in the video or the clip where Mick Fleetwood's, the camera goes to Mick Fleetwood playing the drums, and he's just in hog heaven. He's like in a state of bliss, a state of ecstasy. He's just so happy, and he hits the drums, and you see him kind of get the smile on his face, and he hesitates for a minute before he goes back to the skins. It's just like that's just pure happiness right there. He's having the best time of his life in that video. And again, Stevie Nicks' voice is wonderful. I love the lyrics, you're the poet in my heart. And this is pure poetry to me as well. Great, great ballad from Fleetwood Mac, the Tusk album. One of the albums, the double album Saving Graces. Next, number 3. This is a song about a woman who's a bartender, and she lays whiskey down, and the guy narrating the song says, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to get to that name. And he says, well, I'll tell you now. Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you'd be. But my life, my love, my lady is the sea. So very much like George Clooney's character in A Perfect Storm, where he comes home, he goes into the bar, and Diane Lane, his girlfriend in the movie, is there. He's not in 2 minutes. He says, I'm going back out. So weird, but that's what it is. Brandy by Looking Glass, number 3. Number 2, this is a wonderful song. You have elements of jazz and rock, a wonderful piano solo, wonderful guitar at the end where Steve Lukather is shredding his ass off, leaving you wanting more. And there's other guitar bits in the song. You can dance to it. You can rock out to it. You can, sit down and have a cocktail or whatever your favorite beverage is, non-alcoholic or not, and just take it all in and just sit there and plant yourself. All those types of reactions to the song will work. And I'm talking about, of course, Rosanna by Toto. What a great song. And then my number 1 is Jane by Starship. You have, speaking of piano and kick-ass guitar, it's all there, not jazz or jazz fusion like Rosanna, but you don't have Grace Slick on this album. This is the only album in the entire Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship, and Starship catalog where she doesn't appear. Mickey Thomas doing all the vocals here. This has got some wonderful, it's not like Kansas whatsoever, but Carry On My Wayward Son is known for its wonderful combination of keys and heavy guitar. You have that here, but of course it's different, as is Rosanna. But this song just kicks ass for me. Freedom at Point Zero album with the boy setting loose his little kite-looking thing, anywhere, or remote control object. It looks like a kite, but it's not. I don't know. But either way, this is a wonderful song. I love the lyrics. I love the heaviness. I love the piano. I love when Mickey Thomas goes, and then you get the guitar solo. It's great. All right, here are some honorable mentions. Vera from Pink Floyd, The Wall. That sense of loss is so rich and emotional and emotive. Got to include it here. Darlene from Led Zeppelin on Coda. Guinevere from Crosby, Stills and Nash. Alexis from the James Gang. Sarah from Thin Lizzy, the second album, Tales from a Blue Orphanage. I think this is an underrated gem. Galadriel from Barclay James Harvest, Not a big fan of them, but this song is amazing. Lucretia from Megadeth, the only heavy song in the album, and probably the only one definitely not the only one that's not a love song. Victoria from the Kinks, what a fabulous underrated gem. And Scarlet from the Rolling Stones, which is on the second disc of the deluxe version of Goat's Head Soup. Now here are the 5 songs that are a person's first name, a woman's first name that I just cannot stand. Short and sweet. You knew this was coming. Shandy from Kiss. Ugh. Next is Carrie from Europe. So saccharine and sweet and generic and cookie cutter hair metal type vocals. Sarah from Jefferson Starship. Again, so cookie cutter and plain and boring and, just blah. Just cookie cutter, as I said, run of the mill. No gusto to it. It doesn't seem, it seems like it's a fake emotion going through the motions. Iris from Goo Goo Dolls, I cannot stand this band. Again, cookie cutter commercialization at its worst, corporate rock in a sense. And then this is going to make some people angry, but I remember this from MTV days, and it's way too long of a song, and it goes nowhere. I like the sax in it and a little bit of the guitar, but from an overall perspective, the song is boring and bland, and I'm talking about Bruce Springsteen's Rosalita. If you're angry, I don't know what to tell you, but it's just a song I don't like. We all hear things differently. So there you have it, everybody. These are my top 20 favorite songs that demonstrate the power of love, and I got my honorable mentions here, those 9, and the 5 that I just think don't do the subgenre of rock with respect to love songs, if you will, justice. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye now.